If you're a golfer with a handicap between, say, 5 and 12 or 13, and you're looking for softer feel, but you don't want to sacrifice distance, Callaway has a new updated iron that it thinks is going to be perfect for the job. This is the new, for 2023, Callaway Apex Pro. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. The Apex Pro is designed to be a better player's distance iron, so it has a relatively compact shape and it looks like a better player's iron. However, from a construction standpoint, there are a lot of distance-enhancing features that have been designed into it. From the looks of it on the outside, you might not realize it, but this club is designed to be hollow. The body is made out of 1025 carbon steel. The 3, 4, and 5 iron in the Apex Pro feature a forged cup face that's made out of 455 stainless steel, which is a very, very hard material. So on your long iron shots, you're going to be able to get a little bit more ball speed because Callaway was able to design those faces to be especially thin, so they flex really, really efficiently at the moment of impact to increase ball speed. However, they transition in the 6 iron through the attack wedge into being a forged cup face still, but it's going to be made out of the same 1025 carbon steel that the rest of the body is made from. That's going to soften up the moment of impact. It's going to give you a little bit greater sense of precision and touch on your short irons as well as your mid irons. To make all the shots with the Apex Pro sound and feel better, Callaway has injected urethane microspheres into the inner chamber of each one of the clubs. Now, the trick with the urethane microspheres is that they soak up excessive vibrations that are created at impact. However, they're not going to impede the face from flexing back at the moment of impact, so you don't lose any ball speed. That's why Callaway has been using this material in many of the Apex irons as well as several of the Big Bertha irons for the Max Game Improvement set. One of the really interesting and most useful features of the Callaway Apex Pro that a lot of people don't pay attention to is the progressive center of gravity. Now, better players and accomplished golfers who are looking for more distance don't want to see a really big iron, but Callaway needs to make this compact shape play bigger. The progressive center of gravity can help to do that because the center of gravity in the long irons, the 3, 4, and the 5, is lower, and that's going to help to make the ball go up in the air a little bit easier. It creates a little bit more dynamic loft at the moment of impact. But Callaway shifts the center of gravity up gradually as you go through the mid irons and then into the short irons, elevating it. And what that does is create a more piercing ball flight as you transition into the mid and the short irons. Usually, accomplished golfers are looking to hit their long irons high and far, but they're looking then to try and flight their shorter irons, their approach shots, down a little bit. When you get into the 8 iron, the 9 iron, certainly the pitching wedge, you've got all the loft you need to be able to get the ball up in the air. You want to create that flatter, spinning, much more highly controlled ball flight. That progressive center of gravity is going to allow you to do that. Callaway designers also paid a lot of attention to the sole and the way the turf interaction is going to go with the Apex Pro. The leading edge has a significant amount of pre-wear, but the back edge also has a bevel on it so that while there is a little bit extra sole width in case you do hit the ball fat or make contact behind the ball, it does bevel upward pretty aggressively. So on well-struck shots, this club is going to be able to get into and out of the turf a lot more efficiently. That's going to help you maintain speed. Again, help you maintain the distance that you've earned with the quality of your swing. And finally, the back plate that you can see on the back of the Callaway Apex Pro is something that is swappable for custom fitters as well as people in the Callaway factory. That plate allows fitters to change the swing weight of each one of the individual irons to match either the length or an individual golfer's preferences without having to add lead tape or do anything to manipulate the head. They can simply swap out the weights on the back of the plate and get the job done. Aesthetically, the Apex Pro is now fitting very, very well with the rest of the Apex lineup that Callaway has brought out for 2023. I've got an Apex CB right here, and you can see these clubs match up beautifully. So if you were somebody who wanted a combo set or create your own multi-club set working with a custom fitter, it should be very, very easy to do. You could certainly have Apex Pros in your long irons and then transition into the Apex CB in your short irons, say the 7 or the 8 iron, then on up to your wedge. The trick, of course, is once again, is going to be you have to work with a custom fitter to make sure the shaft is going to make sense in a combo set like that. And they also are going to potentially need to do a little bending, potentially weakening the loft of your last Apex Pro or strengthening the loft of your first Apex CB to make sure that the bridge between these two different golf clubs makes sense. You don't want to have excessively large distance gaps between your last Apex Pro and your first Apex CB. I think it's very interesting that Callaway brought out the Apex Pro by itself, I should actually say, with the rest of the Apex 2023 irons here in August, the CB and the MB, but we didn't get a standard Callaway Apex to go along with the Pro. Historically, we have seen the standard version of a club along with its Pro or a Tour version brought out simultaneously, and the Pro or the Tour version is typically just a smaller version of the standard, but we're not getting that in this particular case, which means that Callaway is positioning the Apex Pro to be much more of a better player distance iron, a better player option, rather than simply a smaller version of the standard. It's a subtle thing, but it basically tells you where Callaway sees Apex Pro going as we move forward. This is a better player's choice. They're creating a little bit more divergence just simply by not offering a new version of Apex. I think that we'll probably get Apex in the next several months, but it is going to be its own sort of standalone club. It's not a big deal, but it is an interesting observation, and it tells you a little bit about the future of Apex Pro, the way that Callaway is positioning it. So let me know in the comment area below if you're somebody who's played Callaway Apex Pro irons in the past, and if this is something that would be intriguing for you. Is this the kind of better player distance iron that you have been looking for? And once again, it would be great if you would subscribe to my channel as well as hit the bell button down there so that you will be able to get notifications when I've got new content coming out. There's lots of end of season and end of summer things coming out. I'm going to have lots of videos coming through months of August and September. You're definitely not going to want to miss something. So thanks a lot for joining me.